Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of Valpo Football Preview, along with head coach Dave Cicchini. This is Todd Eichow, and well, the season's over. We'll preview maybe next season coming up. But Dave, we got to look back at what's been a great season and a wild season with a lot of strange games, and we kind of added another chapter with an 8-7 victory over Dayton in horrible conditions on Saturday. Congratulations on what has been a great year and a great win to cap it off.
No, thanks, Todd. It was a fun year. You're right, there was an awful lot of drama, a lot of it coming straight from like a Hollywood movie script, but it was a great way to go out with a big win, 6-5 on the season, particularly just for our seniors. It was so nice, all the hard work and effort that they put in over the last 4 years, and to come away, really the end of the season with a big win against Butler to get the Hoosier helmet, and then following that up a week later to cap off our home season with a big win against a really good Dayton team.
Let's go right to the end of the game. And at what point in the back of your mind did you say, if we score a touchdown and have a chance to win it by going for two, we're going to go for two. We're not going to play for overtime?
Sure. Well, we started talking about that right from the moment at the beginning of the fourth quarter when Dayton scored to go up 7-0. Coach Murin, our offensive coordinator, brought it up right away. We felt we really had two plays that we were very comfortable calling in that situation. And so there was a conversation going on there that really was kind of, well, we'll see, what happens. And of course, we drove down with about 5 minutes to go in the game and had an opportunity to kick a field goal. And I know just with the crosswind being as terrible as it was tough for them to make. They didn't make their field goal attempt. We missed our field goal attempt. And so all that plays in your mind that, hey, we often take it for granted that you're going to make the extra point after a touchdown, but the truth with the weather conditions being as they are and having a snap and a great hold and a kick in the wind, all of those things needed. And, particularly with Dayton being very good at blocking kicks as well. So all of that just factored in. But the bottom line, the decision was made because we had a play that involved Jarrett Morgan, a senior, taking the direct snap in a wildcat formation and jumping up and throwing a jump pass to Ryan Clark, another senior backup tight end, starting long snapper. And at that point in the game, it was just our seniors were stepping up.
Great.
They could tell it was the end of their career and their last moments. And I think if you go back and you just think about the plays that were made in that fourth quarter, it was just a senior after senior after senior stepping up and making plays. And I just thought it was a perfect moment for them to rise to the occasion, and they did.
So in one of the biggest moments of the year, there was some sentimental feelings going on. That,
Sure.
Hey, Ryan Clark's going to make this play if Jarrett Morgan can get him the football, and that was it.
Sure. And it wasn't because, boy, it was more than just, hey, wouldn't it be great if this was the story, this was how it ended. It was that we trusted these players implicitly to get the job done. And they had stepped up. All of them had made plays throughout their career. But again, you look at the game and who was making plays. Jay Sloan on defense with a big fumble recovery, and Brandon Riley on the last drive, and only his real second game is in his senior year because of his injury, getting pass breakups. J.J. Nunez on the fourth down pass breakup was there. Frank Catrin on the I think 18-yard punt return to start that final drive off, and then the 28 or 29-yard reception to get us down to the 1-yard line. It was just senior after senior stepping up and making all of the plays. So it was the sentimental favorite, but it was also the smartest decision in terms of those were the players that were making plays for us.
I was gonna bring this up. You beat me to it. One of the subtle things that happened late in the ball game was putting Frank Catrin back to field the punt, because obviously Bailey was struggling to field the punt. Yep. And Frank had done a little bit of that earlier in his career, but he's so sure of himself that it was an opportunity, and he makes really a big play.
Yeah, he's a guy who exudes confidence, and Frank played running back, wide receiver. We'd lined him up at quarterback. We'd motioned him into the backfield to actually block like a fullback or a tight end would. he was a jack of all trades, and just he's from the Dayton area. He had a big score to settle going up against this group of this team and this defense, and he rose to the occasion. And again, that decision was fueled. Again, Bailey's an outstanding returner for us, but Frank had returned punts earlier on in his career, and we just felt like it was the right time and the right place, and he responded with a huge return.
And then Ryan Clark, who kind of embodies what you have preached of the team coming together and everything he has done for the program, and almost became a forgotten guy this year, but he came back. He didn't have to. He never complained. He said he'll do whatever you need, and how appropriate it was that he makes the game-winning 2-point catch.
Yeah, just a consummate team player. Whatever I need to do, Coach, to help us win football games. And he started off, he first made the field as a freshman, as a long snapper, and did a great job then. And then we got him out of that role as he won the starting quarterback job, because we didn't want our starting quarterback an opportunity to get injured on those types of plays. But with the emergence of Jimmy Seawald, we knew that this was the role that we needed from him to help us be the best football team that we could be. And obviously that you go from one of the most glamorous positions, playing quarterback, to being one of the more anonymous players and just your long snapper and reserve tight end. But he never complained. He's a competitor. He's a team player, and it was so gratifying to get him that opportunity to be the hero at the end with that 2-point conversion.
All right, now let's have some real fun. The program took a step forward last year, a step forward again this year, and now we're looking forward to next year, because we talk about the seniors. You're going to miss some guys, but there's a lot of guys who are getting better and better coming forward, and next year's season, there's no reason it can't be another step forward again.
Absolutely, and that's the expectations. It's great to finish things up, winning 4 of your last 5 games and competing with just about everybody that you played in the PFL, but the expectations are going to be raised there as well. Our players, we're not going to sit back and say, hey, that's the goal of our football team, is to be a 6-5 football team. We want to be up there with the elite. Finishing tied for 3rd in the PFL is not going to be good enough for next year. We're going to raise the bar, and we feel like we have the talent and even more importantly, the leadership and the experience that we need to compete for a championship next fall.
I've talked to a couple people already. They said, well, let's hope everybody comes back. It's a different feeling than it was when you came in 4 years ago. And yeah, you had guys who didn't make it through all 4 years, but you look at almost all those key guys you have, and they're excited to come back for next year.
Sure.
Anything can happen in the offseason, but there's not just the feel that you're going to see 3 or 4 key guys leave here before next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't really want to jump to conclusions, because next year is still a long ways away before camp this coming August. But so there's a lot of hard work and prep that needs to be put in to become a better football team, because we still have room to grow. And I think that's a great lesson that our seniors, again, have shown, that it takes time. There's no easy quick fix or shortcuts, that you go out and you earn each victory. And you earn each victory not just on Saturdays in the fall, but for 365 days in the year prior to that, in terms of your preparation, whether it's watching film or being in the weight room or out in spring practice or off-season strength and conditioning. And I think that's a great lesson that hopefully our underclassmen have taken to heart, watching how these seniors, led by example and plugged away and kept a blue-collar type mentality through the highs and through the lows, because we're going to need that. As soon as we feel like we deserve to be a good football team next season because of what we accomplished in the 2017 season, that's going to push us in a step in the wrong direction. So hopefully we can stay humble and understand what got us to where we are right now and keep doing those things.
Well, I know that Valpo football fans are excited. The season just ended. They're excited about next year. Good luck, Dave. Congratulations on a great year.
Thanks, Todd.
For the head coach, Dave Cicchini, this is Todd Eichel. Thanks for joining us on Valpo Football Preview.